she started saying trigger words to me at this point. Now, I am older than her, which we said before. If you saw the first episode, I'm older than her by 13 years. I let her know at first, like, look, let's reel it in. She kept going. And at that point, I went to my lesser self and I joined her at her lower level self. Was full control and I wasn't in control. So I met her where she was. And this is a lesson for you all out there, listening. All right, guys, welcome back. We want to thank you guys for joining us for a second time around. We just had another great day. Everything involved from exercise in the morning to, as we always start off our days, to maybe had a dentist appointment. I had to come back and run some errands. She came back over. We had a very intense conversation that we had to have about right now we live separate, but we're trying to establish ourselves and live together. So we had an intense conversation about trying to get that understood, and we'll walk you guys through that. But then after that, we, as we always do, made up, not sexually. We made up verbally. We have done that before, by the way, because we're grown. But, but more importantly, we made up as far as mutually respecting one another to get back on even footing. Then we went on after that, and the makeup was went shopping and bought baby some beautiful outfits that she looks gorgeous in. I got some new earrings that she recommended for me. Yes, we had a great day. So today we just kind of want to come to you guys and bring to you the day as a real couple. We're sitting here in one of our villas, relaxing, and as you see, a glass of wine, red Pinot Noir, baby's favorite, and we just kind of wanted to explore our day as a whole and kind of unfold and talk to you from her perspective, my perspective, and go from there. So, baby, how do you want to talk to him or start off the conversation about today's activities, energy, everything that unfolded?
Today that was another good day we had next to each other, and every day for me learning and learning and learning. I'm so happy I'm next to you because uh,
Same.
because he's very very patient person. I don't know about maybe it's about his age, maybe about his experience with a lot of ladies. Maybe because he already raised a girl because he has a daughter already, so he already know that how he.
19-year-old.
Yes, so 19 years he has experience to how deal with the little girl, so he knows that about how's going on with sometimes girls be silly, so how he can all this combination makes him this flexible patient person, and I understand this. And the good things is we are so matched emotionally. Vision, goals is so matched together. And today, when he was talking with someone at gym, unfortunately, didn't record with microphone because
Mhm.
this one is didn't work. He was so focusing. He was so serious about the workout, about everything, and he was so like tough person. But at the same time, he like a glowing and like sunshine. It's say hi to some people, and he can be like this. He can be like at the same time so kind, at the same time so serious. Like he can control all of them, and controlling your emotion, controlling all this kind of things is very important. So it's mean this person comes from the reality, because he can't play. When you know that what do you want, you cannot play. You one time, two times, third time you will fail, because how many times you can put your shield, and like how many times you can pretending you are this person, especially when you are under pressure, when you are under hard and tough time. So we use workout together, we use some activities together. It's not just about gym. We did snorkeling, we did paddle.
Mm-hmm.
We did even, what's the card name? Uno?
Uno.
Uno.
Mm-hmm.
Some activities together.
Well,
No,
we've even traveled.
traveling, walking,
Yeah,
running,
3-hour drive.
and
Yeah.
a lot of things. I was
Mhm.
thinking about we
Mhm.
painting together.
Yep.
I was thinking about we have a lot in Bali. There is has the good things about Bali. There is has a lot of activity you can do. Cooking, all of these things is the tool, is a technique to know each other, to know yourself in the relationship. First of all, just point yourself first, how you can behave, how's your character, how's your personality when you do work out with your partner, a person as a partner. He's not your actually co-worker. He's partner at the same time, your family at the same time, your boyfriend, girlfriend. You're part of very, very important things in your life. And how how's your behavior that moment, because it's very important, because everything is goes to your emotion. Some things comes up without shield, and you have to be very present to know, oh, I didn't know that. Am I like this? Am I behave? I did this behavior. It's something rare, because sometimes we think we are so perfect, we are so gentleman, or we are patient person, or we are very flexible. But today, as a two coach with experience, with a good body, with knowledge, when we work out together, we had opposite opinion about some things. He's a person, he doesn't want account, he doesn't want to be next to him, he doesn't want, because he want to focus more. And but I won't touch him, I won't count him, I want like something like this, which is he maybe doesn't like it. And that was, for me, that was like something, how is possible someone doesn't like to someone counted, like ugh. And it's like some for me that was like little bit like.
So let me be clear, because
Yeah.
you're doing fine. But so she's saying during the workout, I've been training by myself literally for 20 years, training by myself in my actual workouts. She's a certified trainer. I'm a certified licensed trainer. She's a kinesiologist, actually degree trainer. I'm a certified trainer from the United States. So when I work out by myself. So I don't really work out with someone, especially when I'm working out with other people. The few times I've done it in 20 years, people don't count my actual reps, right? I do it myself because I'm used to doing it. So she came over during one of my sets to count the reps. And I was like, don't count. I just said it blatantly, straight out, don't count. And it kind of took her by surprise, because she's, all she's trying to do is help. And I get that. But I'm in the middle of my set and I'm lifting heavy for my body. And I'm like, I need to just zone in, And so I was just addressing my baby on that topic, which was don't count for me. And then a few minutes later, in between sets, because she's touchy-feely like I am too. I love touching her. But when I'm working out, I'm zoning in. She wanted to touch and play. And I'm like, no, I don't need that right now. I need to focus. And so what the normal natural reaction, and I get it, is for her to feel like I don't want to, what she's saying, how do you not want me to touch you? I love you. I want to be next to you. And vice versa. I want the same, just not in that moment. So what she did a great job, because you could tell her mood switched for a quick moment, but then she brought it right back to keep it in a good space for our workout. But afterwards, we addressed the conversation. We addressed the topic of, and I had to let her know, like, don't, what we all do in relationships. In that moment, when I said, don't count for me, what she wanted to do was take the emotional, well, you don't want me around you, and take that and extrapolate that and make it for everything. And all that was for that one moment of, I don't like counting. Let's leave it at that. I'm allowed to say I don't like something, and she's allowed to hear me. She's allowed to feel that she would like to, but then come back around to, if she was the one trying to apply something that I didn't like, come back around to the fact that, okay, if it's about what she was trying to do was to help me, And if I'm telling her that's not helping me, if it's about it helping me, then be okay with that, right? The same way, vice versa. If I'm the type of guy who likes to give flowers and she doesn't like receiving flowers, well, I could send her flowers and be like, are you not happy? If she says, well, it's not my thing, I can sit there and get emotional and be like, but I like flowers, sending flowers, you know what I'm saying? But if that's not her thing, is it about me making her happy or making myself happy? You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? So what we have to do in relationships is recognize if it's about the individual person, making them happy completely and really making them feel like we want them to receive our love the way they want to receive it. That's why they say love languages, communication, acts of service, touch, all that stuff, right? It's the same thing. It's the reality of we don't need to extrapolate it and make it into, oh, you don't want to be next to me, you don't love me. It's not that at all. It's that thing we're talking about. If they don't like, if she says she doesn't like flowers after I gave her a bouquet, okay, cool, great. There's no knock against me. It's just, if she don't like it, I need to find what she likes, right? Maybe she's the type of person who likes heels, giving her shoes or sandals, you know what I'm saying? Or thongs, or, you know what I'm saying? Or dresses. Find that and then give them that if that's what makes her happy, not me happy. Does that make sense? Right, what I'm saying?
Yeah, and at that point you are happy as well, which is what makes me happy.
Exactly. Because now we're getting to the point of what makes you really the root of what makes you excited, right?
Yes.
And so, but the initial, the knee-jerk reaction to most of it, like she said, at first she was like, huh, you don't want me to count for you? Come on now. But she, like I said, she quickly got out of that and she didn't compound it by saying, you don't want me next to you, you don't want me counting. She didn't do that, you know what I'm saying? So, because then it becomes more, and we didn't need all that because it was just counting, you know what I'm saying? And so, for my ladies out there, or even my guys, she was right to be direct with me because she counted. She was right to be direct with me, in that. I was allowed to be direct with her, not disrespectful. It's a difference. Direct and disrespect are two different things. Would you agree? Being direct is one thing. Being disrespectful is another thing. And I think in relationships, because there's emotional love attached to it, a lot of times we feel like when someone's direct, we feel like it's being disrespectful.
Yes.
Now, there is a way in which you can deliver it that can be disrespectful, true enough. But I think if we understand you're not my enemy, I'm not your enemy, right?
Yeah.
And if the respect, because I always tell you what, I respect you and I love you, right?
Yes.
And I give those in that order because the respect factor is important. For one, because I like respect. I'd rather you respect me as well as love me, but respect me first.
Yes.
Because if you respect me first, then I believe, especially if you love me, then that'll take care of itself.
Yes.
So I try to respect my baby. I respect Shirin tremendously. So therefore, when I show her my love, it should just be an add-on plus to everything that I'm doing with her or for her or for myself, in relation to us being together. What do you think, baby?
Yes, exactly. It's a very good point. Because you give it to me for the first time, and it makes sense. Respect, because a lot of people can love, can do action very lovely, but they can't respect, because respect always is real. You can't play.
Can't fake with respect.
You can't play. If you respect, you respect, and this is always happen. When you arguing happen. When you go out is happen. When you travel is happen. When you living together is happen. But love maybe sometimes is up and down. Maybe sometimes because of the hormones.
Oh, thank you.
Because sometimes because of the hormones, you really have a very bad, like as a lady, you are so down. You even don't love yourself that time. You are so confusing in relationship, in your a lot of things, which is that time you are so tired. It's not about love. You even don't want to see no one. You just want to stay at home and do nothing. And But if you feel you have to respect this person, even that time you cannot give him fully love, fully energy, but still respect him. And this respect makes you to communicate with this person, which is more important than love. And I said, you know, I love you, but I don't want to see you. Bye. I know it's not working. I love you, but I don't want to spend time with you. Even if you said, you know, so I love you, but block, bye, ignore, skip, it's not working. Like I did it today, but that was not this. That was this.
What?
I did it today because
It's okay. Look, yeah,
because it's
talk
still we
about
are learning. We are
Yes,
learning.
talk about it. Yeah.
I'm sure it's not happening again. You
Yes,
know,
yeah.
I feel safe. I feel because
But tell them what happened so they can know what happened.
yeah, today
Yeah.
that was we had some arguing about. So I have already villa. He has already his villa here. We are here at his villa, and
She's being kind to stay at my villa because she's been living here for a year, so she already has had her villa here. I'm new here in the past 2 months, and so I rented a villa prior to meeting her. I had already signed the papers and I'd already rented this villa. So she's been kind to come stay with me because I only have mine right now for a 30-day period. So what we're trying to do is figure out, her villa is nice, it's just not necessarily what I would want to live in on a full long-term basis. Because we both are two people now trying to bring all my stuff, all her stuff together. So we had a discussion about trying to find a villa together today. And so that's what she's getting ready to go into, is that clarity. So let's just tell them how we kind of got into a disagreement about it, you know, and then how we corrected it.
yeah. So that was like, yeah, that was because of the first time, not first time. I'm sure it's about some misunderstanding,
Mhm.
and my protection of
Mhm.
myself
Mhm.
that time.
Mhm.
That was like skipping. That was the things I learned about my ex relationship and my behavior and that is like a protection. Skipping, run away is, you think this is protection, this is gonna work, but it's not working. And if you run away, skipping, like you want to finish
When you
it,
say
cut it,
skipping, what do you just
Skip.
be clear? 'Cause
skip, like you just want to cut the conversation
okay.
and
Okay.
not finish it,
Yes.
not like finish it with peace, kiss, good communication, good talk together, and you just say, okay, baby, let's finish it, and you go.
Right. You're right. But let's just give them, because again, they need to understand this is not all roses, and this is why we're here, to have real conversation with you about relationship. So what happened was, I brought to her attention, the villa I have, it's a 1-bedroom. It's clean, it's nice, but it's a 1-bedroom. She's brought to my attention before that if we were to stay here, it wouldn't work because she has a lot of things, you know, in her villa. And so I told her a week ago that I would like to get options on where we want to stay together within the next 60 to 90 days. And so I told her I wanted to start looking at that this week, right? So on the airing of this episode, this week is now 2 days into this, or technically 3 days into this week, technically, if you go off of Sunday being the first part of the week. We haven't yet communicated about options. So today I brought options to her, and part of the options were potentially me renting this a little bit longer because it is available for me to rent this longer. So she already is against staying here. So when I brought that up to her, it rubbed her the wrong way, and it kind of triggered her, respectfully, it triggered her, thinking that I'm not serious about trying to find something that's amicable for both of us to live in. So what happened was she got a little emotional, respectfully, because I triggered her. I did trigger her, I get that. Because I said this location, which he's already expressed to me, she doesn't really want to stay here, right? So when I trigger her that way, she went on a little emotional tangent that she was justified in doing. And I said to her, let's reel it in a little bit though, because it's getting a little aggressive, you know. And I said, okay, you know, baby, like, you know, I was like, look, you know, you saying what you got to say, but it's a little much, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And she started saying trigger words to me at this point. Now, I am older than her, which we said before. If you saw the first episode, I'm older than her by 13 years. I let her know at first, like, look, let's reel it in. She kept going. And at that point, I went to my lesser self and I joined her at her lower level self. Not to say it was her fault. I was full control and I wasn't in control. So I met her where she was. And this is a lesson for you all out there, you know, listening, because she's allowed to have her feelings. I'm not saying she's not. We talked about this. But I was trying to address her to not continue going. She kept going. Sometimes we do, right?
Mm-hmm.
My job was to not meet her. I met her where she was. So I get emotional now. I get loud. I don't like getting loud because there's no need to get loud. She told me, you're getting loud. Stop getting loud. So I had to try to bring it down, right? And I tried to bring it down and I got loud again, right? Because now once I get to where I'm at, which men, you can agree with this, being an alpha, it's like once we get to that point of I gotta now state who the fuck I am, not to be disrespectful to her.
Yeah.
Was I ever disrespectful to you? You can be honest. Be honest.
When you say disrespectful, disrespectful is not about you swear to me or you say something bad word to me. No, you did.
But I still raise my voice, and for her,
Yeah.
that's a level of disrespect, because for her, that's a trigger for her to shut down. And I did get disrespectful in that manner, right? Is what you're saying? Because that's your level of you don't like that, right? Because it makes you go somewhere here and here.
And you are a person when you get angry or you're yelling, you like to.
I'm very. Yeah, I'm a man.
Do this,
yeah,
and you do this,
yeah.
and this is I hate it. I hate this. I hate someone do special this one, or this one, or tapping, or make a noise like this. I hate it. Like this is like.
I think we got the point now. and I do those things, and so there was a level of disrespect to where. Again, I had to, which I did, apologize.
Yeah, I understand. And I was like, that was like together. Now it's good as happened. It's good as happened. We was talking about mistake. The people do mistake. Which kind of people, we can call it mistake. Which kind of people we can say accidents, which kind of people they are stupid. You know, we're talking about if it happen again and we do the same behavior, is something like wrong. Like another time, of course, we have another arguing together. You know, we just start, and of course because we are two perfect person, because we are perfect, because we are mature, because we are educated people. We're
two evolving people. I don't know about perfect, but we're evolving people.
Yeah, we have our opinion. Because we come from experience, a lot of experience, a lot of up and down. So we cannot accept easily, even from our partner, our family. We have our opinion. We build this opinion. We build this character. So we want to talk. We can talk. We have this confidence to say no, even with the most important person in our life. But if this is happen again and we are not learn about this moment, this is something like so silly. And that moment have to ask at yourself, do you want to learn? Do you want at your relationship? You want to do this game again, like arguing You're yelling, I'm shouting, I escape, I run away, I go to the room and I close the door and I sleep there for 1 hour, 2 hours, not talking, and again and again and again and again. So another time when I feel something gonna happen, which is ticklish you to yelling, because it's not something I tell you, please don't do it, and you say yes, you do it. Okay, maybe because this is you, and it takes time to remove it. To can control it fully, to be present there. Oh, my voice is so loud. Oh, no, because sometimes we cannot feel it because it's part of us. We cannot see it. We already do it. But another time, slowly, you are much more present, and I am much more present that moment, to not run away, not cut the conversation, to sit and we can talk and we can finish it with peace. Because this is the things I learn about you. This should happen. Arguing some opposite opinion have to happen to yourself first, and second, your partner, and both together when understanding.
That was balloons for our partnership.
That moment you can build better this relationship,
Yeah, if that's the goal, to build a relationship, and what we're showing you is our goal is to build a better relationship, and so we're being honest and saying that, yeah, no, it's not roses, it's not perfect every single moment. It's exactly what it's supposed to be to make a diamond shine and sparkle and be a diamond. You have to cut it. You have to, excavate it from the gravel. You got to get it out from the coal that is underneath. You got to cut back the pieces, you know what I'm saying? And you got to use sharp lasers. You got to use sharp tools. You got to get really, isolated and really focus in on it to bring out the clarity and the cut and all that. So what I'm saying to you is, what she's saying, if the relationships, whatever the value of the relationship, if it's important to you, if that person that you are saying is your partner, you respect them, doesn't mean that you're going to have disagreements. Doesn't mean that sometimes you're going to press the buttons all the way, to that point of, I can't stand you in that moment. But in that moment is when if you really want to make the diamond, or you really just want to, just be a facade of something, and it's not meant to be. What we're finding out is the 1 or 2 times we've had these moments, we've always been able to come back to one another respectfully and give grace and humble oneself to say, hey, I'm sorry for my part that I played in that. I am, like she said, we're trying not to repeat this process, but it's good that it happens and we accept that. But we learn from it in the moment in order not to repeat the process. So no, I don't foresee myself having to yell again. If I feel myself getting, because I know me, I know I am older and I understand, I know me. If I feel myself getting to that point, most likely I'll tell her, like, look, this is not, if I feel like I'm keeping my calm and I'm keeping my level of focus, and I feel like she's trying to escalate me in a sense, right? Not that she's meaning to, but if she's doing it and I feel like I can't get to that level of control, then I'm gonna have to let her know, like, this is not what I believe is best for you or for me to be able to continue going forward, because there should be no reason to get to that point. What do we say today? And when we calm down, both of us, I'm not your enemy. I'm not yours. You're not mine. It's not that fucking serious. If we're trying to get right, then we say that it's not that serious.
Yeah.
Meaning, when I say that it's not that serious, to get to that level of frustration to where she feels like she needs to go into another room or go into another walk away or go, spend time away on her own.
Yeah.
In order for her to get to that level, it shouldn't be that serious of a disagreement. Sorry, Becky, your long hair. It shouldn't be that serious of a disagreement, right? It shouldn't be that serious for me to want to get to raise my voice, to want to feel like I'm being attacked by the woman that I know loves me. You know what I'm saying? So that's on me. And I understand that. And if I feel like I'm getting to that point, I think we need to, have another conversation, and she and I will do so. But I don't think we'll get to that point because we had the conversations and we've kind of touched on these situations now in our young relationship. We've touched on it very early on 2 occasions. This is the second occasion now. And I'm okay with that because I understand, like I said, in order to build anything, you have to go through and be willing to grow through the struggles that are, like she said, she's a beautiful, amazing, evolving woman. I'm a awesome in my own right, developing man. Even though I'm older than her, I'm still developing. I'm not dead yet. You know what I'm saying? So until I'm dead, I still have growth, right? But in that, I have ways in which I am. She has ways in which she is. Like she said, if you saw from the first video, her upbringing, her culture, her religion, my upbringing, my culture, my religion. These things play a part, people. And to act as if they don't would be ludicrous, right? But to act as if they have control over us would be ludicrous too. And they don't have control over us. What we're trying to do is explore together how can what I believe to be a beautiful woman internally and her external exudes it. How can I mesh with her to help her continue going forward without having her go 10 steps backwards? And I believe she's trying to do the same for me, right? And that comes with understanding and taking time to spend time with one another and going through the struggle of understanding that. It doesn't happen just like that. Just because we said in the first video, it's organic, our connection, that is a blessing and that's amazing because that does help. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't mean that that's the end all. That doesn't mean that it's just a fairy tale like, oh, she follows everything I say. Oh, I follow everything she says. It doesn't mean that. It means that we have to give each other grace. Even when we get upset with one another, we have to give each other grace and understand what's really, really real, which is our relationship growing through seemingly frustrating moments. What would you think? What would you say to that?
Yeah, I think relationship for a lot of people is so scary because they can't just stay and change, but they don't want a challenge because this challenge it's not easy. But if you learn how you can deal with this challenge, it's never happened because you are so fully present to just turn it off. Because you learn how you can talk, because you learn how you can use the words about this person. So we have some general in relationship and we have some personal things, which is just about your partner. Maybe your partner, like me, I don't want someone tapping. I don't want someone make noise with they talking. So another time, if he do this 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 5 times, and I think it's not stop because I already accept arguing because it's the part of the relationship. But if he now with fully present, he know that which kind of things makes me so crazy, that point I know that he just want to do it to makes me push down and makes me more crazy. So it's not working. All the things I want to say, arguing is happening in relationship. The good things, how you can, because sometimes you have a very bad day. You have a fight with your boss, with your friends, with your family, with your job, something happened with your employee, is something happened, and your partner needs love, and you are not that stage to do something for your partner. Arguing is coming. That time, it's the worst things is you use something which is your partner already told you don't do it, or don't attack me with my previous life, or don't use the some words. It makes me feel so uncomfortable with maybe my ex, maybe my family, maybe my body, maybe anything, which is your partner already told you don't use it. That moment you have to think, and you have to find your red flag. No, this is not work, because I accept arguing, but you use again something. It makes me so, it hurts me, and this is not nice. So this is the kind of things you have to learn. First, if you feel the conversation becomes like arguing, like fighting, like something which is you don't like it, you have to just learn. Okay, you have to talk. You have to talk like your partner, because it's like it's like a fire. You just make it more fire, more fire, more fire, and when the fire comes up, needs a lot of things. So a lot of memory of even 1 month ago, some memory which is you don't know about it. Your partner bring it on the table. That was normal arguing, and we now talking about like this shit about like 1 month ago, because it's like this. So you have to be, relationship really needs energy, really needs be present. You have to go with your consciousness there, and you really enjoy as partnership, because partnership, it's beautiful. It's is like a booster. It's like an injection. You can use it and you can fly if you just know how you can. But this fly is look like everything you have to build. Like you have to find a screw, you have to find the tools, have to build up the pool's turn on.
No,
You
I
have-
like the pool sound. I like the water sound. I like that. That's therapeutic for me. So we have a pool on the other side of this. So the jets were firing the whole time, and she didn't like, evidently, the jets, and I like the jets firing, but they just shut off. So they're on automatic timers. Okay.
Yeah, I want to say you can fly with your relationship you have, but there is no airport. You want to go there and find your fly. No, everything you have to build it. But when you build, you can see that your private jet, and you can go everywhere you want. That's it.
I'll see what you try to do there. I like that. I'll see how you try to make that work. Okay, all right. I ain't mad at that. Yeah, I have to agree, but you have to build it. I mean, in building it,
Yeah.
like you said, in building it though, in building anything, you're going to lose tools. You're going to get frustrated. You know what I'm saying? You got to figure out, what pieces go where. You know what I'm saying? Like, in certain things that you thought were cut a certain way to fit a certain thing, finds out doesn't work. Right?
Yeah.
That's a relationship, like you said, right? So
Yeah.
building it, you have to be willing to go through that struggle period to get to the private jet. Everybody wants to get to the fucking private jet. Everybody wants to get to the airport and get the directions and get, everything already automated. No one ever wants to sit down and go through the work. And the work is really the work you have to do on you.
Yeah.